Also, as we are in the peak of the hurricane season, a local engineer is providing some key advice in building. Crystal Darling tells us more about what people can do to make sure their homes are secure during this active hurricane season.
Whether you're building your dream home or reinforcing the house you've been renting, securing the structure during hurricane season is important for the safety of every household member. Managing Principal of Baron Limited, Carlos Palacios, advises building owners on how to identify safe places to build and how to carry out proper maintenance to protect the family when a storm is approaching.
So the first thing that I always remind people of is that water statistically causes much more damage than wind, right? And especially when you're connecting it to loss of life. And we saw that, as you can imagine, with Dorian from the storm surge, especially, and the flooding, right? So when you're talking about finding the right place to put your home and build your dream house where your family and everyone is, I would recommend that you just go and visit that lot when it's raining, like after a good rainstorm. We're not talking about a hurricane, right? Just go and drive by. Is there water in the neighborhood? Is the street flooded? Is the lot flooded? Is your neighbor's house flooded? All of those types of things. If you see flooding, let's say in a big rain event, which we get a few times a year, there's a lot of water on your property, then I would seriously reconsider finding somewhere else, or at least know what you're getting yourself into.
And preparation does not stop at identifying flood zones. For most people who don't have the option to relocate at the drop of a hat, Palacios says maintenance and routine checks on the condition of the building should be carried out every few years or when you notice an issue.
Once a year, you go to the dentist, let them clean your teeth. You go to the doctor, let them give you a checkup. Do a checkup on your house the same way. And it doesn't need to be every year, obviously. Every 5 years, you see something wrong, you're concerned about a leak, a crack, let a professional look at it. And then you at least are empowered with what's needed to decide how you want to tackle it, or even determine maybe in this type of environment, my house isn't the safest place for me to be. Maybe I need to go with my Grammy or my cousin whose house is up on top of the hill, whose house is newer. But just be aware of your current environment.
And in the event that the house is at risk of being compromised before or during a hurricane, he explains that there should be a previously sought out plan for the family to evacuate to a safe place.
Do we have all of our stuff in a go bag, a waterproof bag? If a part of the house, you have that little soft spot in the roof, like you said, you're on a budget. You can't change out your roof right now. That's $30,000. Nobody's got that type of money. It's a pandemic. Did we make sure nobody goes in that room? Is that room now cordoned off? Right? And then at what point do we say, listen, I love my house. My house has been good to me, but I know my roof is old. I know I have some termites, and I think I need to go stay by my cousin who lives in a big solid concrete house. And I'm gonna pack up all my stuff and I'm gonna go there. And I love my house and I want to protect my house, but ultimately, if something was to happen, the last thing you're gonna be worrying about is your house. You're trying to protect your family. So keep them as the priority and let everything else be second to that.
Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.